Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, April 15th, 2023. For me, another day of social distancing. I hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. And something I've been thinking about this week and in the past, really, was dealing with my debt. When I started tracking February 2021, my total debt, which was only consumer debt or non-mortgage debt, was $97,520.57. That's the number I have memorized. And when I first saw that number, I was just completely intimidated by it. Didn't know how to tackle the debt. Was considering a lot of things, considering bankruptcy. Really, actually, it was just bankruptcy that I was considering, and I, bought a book on bankruptcy and just thought that was the only option I had. I started to look for videos online and, see if there was anybody else talking about this or how to handle debt. And that's when I came across the videos of Brad Long at ZeroDebtCoach.com and connected with him in May of 2021 and learned his systems and learned how to budget and being able to tackle the debt in a way that made sense, and in a way that I'm not only tackling the debt, but I'm also budgeting and learning how to deal with the money that I made. I'm not a six-figure earner, and looking at that type of debt, it just seemed like it was impossible. The first thing that I had to, of course, learn was how to budget. Really, I remember having the first conversation with Brad, and he asked me what was my situation, and I spelled it out clearly what I was dealing with. I was dealing with medical debt, credit card debt, personal loans, auto loan, student loans, and the combination of those things made up that $97,000. And let them know my income situation, and then over the next few weeks, started learning how to budget, and just really stuck to it. So it'll be 2 years next month that I've been budgeting, and it makes sense. But really, one of the things that had to stop was, my spending. I was spending more than I made because I had credit cards, felt like I had things to control. But really, I was just expense tracking. So I would keep track of every penny that I spent. But really, I didn't have a plan or anything like that. It's just, going with the flow. And there's no reason for me to look back and say, well, I was just stupid about it, and I should have knew better. I can't beat myself up over that. I just didn't, have a plan, didn't have a mentor, didn't have a financial coach. And these are things that I wish I had done earlier in my life, but it just didn't happen. But, because of budgeting, I was able to stop the bleeding. I was able to rein in my out of control spending, and whatever money I made, I gave it an assignment. I made it do what it needed to do. Whether, in that case at the time, I only had to deal with that consumer debt. Immediately, I built my baby emergency fund, and I had already had money in savings, so it didn't take that long to build that up, and I got it to $5,000 relatively quickly. And then I've started to accelerate my debt pay down. Now, there's no magic number. My number was my number. I had to count how much debt I had and how much I was bringing in financially, and the potential to bring in more income through side hustles like doing surveys and things. So there was no magic number. But anyway, learned how to budget, accelerated my debt pay down. Then, unfortunately, fortunately, I had to buy a home. Now, the way I bought my home, not a conventional way to do it, and I don't prescribe anybody to do it the way I did. If you remember, like towards the end of this would have been, the end of 2021, that rents were going up, the mortgage interest rates were low, and my office was moving to a different location that was too far for me to be able to commute daily. And so, I started looking at apartments and things like that and homes, and for a few months, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and dip into my 401k to be able to make this purchase, not take out a loan, but actually cash out a portion of 401k. And I did that. Because of that, for tax purposes, it looked like I made a lot more money than I actually did, and got hit with a sizable federal and state tax bill. Completely wiped out my emergency fund. And as of, it would have been April last year, I've been trying to rebuild my baby emergency fund. Right now it's 72% funded. And I'm not going to start accelerating my debt pay down until I get that back to 100%. But anyway, budgeting has helped tremendously, because now, the bleeding has really stopped, because, budgeting, it's giving me guardrails, and I'm not going off the cliff when it comes to spending. I'm only spending the money that I have. I only have 13 bills in a month, as opposed to, before I started budgeting, I had a bill basically every day, like 28 different bills, credit card bills, of course, my cell phone bill, medical bills that I was paying on. It didn't matter. I just had a month full of paying bills. Now that's not the case. And I'm not just randomly making purchases. I'm seriously thinking about the purchases that I make, and I'm really not buying a lot of stuff, because it's just stuff that I'm accumulating, and I don't want that. I'm getting rid of stuff, and that's been huge. And I definitely feel like I'm making a lot of progress. I still have quite a ways to go. 64,000 is nothing to sneeze at, but because I have a plan in place, I feel like it's definitely doable, and that I'm following the steps. And I'm really just grateful that, because of budgeting, there's a lot that I don't have to think about or worry about. It's sort of becoming second nature for me. It's like when I get a few dollars and somebody gifts me with money, I say, okay, that money's going to my emergency fund. Great. Or I can add that to my grocery part of my budget. Or it could go to my medications. That money has an assignment, and that's the thing I think has saved me. I'm not sure if you're dealing with a similar situation, or you may be financially set, and that's fantastic, that's great, but if you're not, I definitely say look for videos on budgeting, and then not only look for them, if you find something that works for you, stick to it, and don't look back. Don't beat yourself up over things that you can't undo, and become serious about that. Become an advocate for yourself, and to be able to dig out of that debt. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, but if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You don't want to post my videos, which has been on Saturdays. And you can find me at youtube.com/@Chronicles of Ray. Until next time, take care.